my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Hey.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading runs the mental. Also brought to you by findingbooks.com, where treasures are found. Be sure to get all of your herbs and your teas at herbsofmyeye.com. My Eye Sons, tea of teas, divinely prepared. And for those music, Especial, Morris Drip, be sure to check out moresachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheikh Kari Goodman Bey.
Peace, family. Looking like a peace, living like a god. Man, can you do that intro one more time, man? Bring it back. Bumba Claude Rockstar.
Seeking heart, reaching knowledge, leaking seeds, sowing, harvesting, man, legal me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Yeah. That's that Mob Noble, Brian Hicks Bey. Transportation of raw materials. Streaming on all platforms. Check my brother out. Tell me how you like his poetry. Peace,
yes,
peace. Peace on this beautiful Sunday. Working like a slave. That's how I made this masterpiece. Peace, man. I feel amazing today. I feel amazing every day. But every day, it's a good day. It's a good day to be in honor. It's a good day to give honor to the within. It's a good day to love those that love you. And more science is for the family. More science is getting you in no trouble. No sorry. But with that being said, on this beautiful Sunday, man, we are the BBT, which is an acronym for the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. We are a school, not a church. You know, we understand all spirituality. We're not an Islamic sect. We're not no government sect. Like we're trying to overthrow no government. We know who we are, and we have a right to know who we are. And we do everything in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And my 2 cents, health and wealth, and divine creed and nationality. Islam? We under the triple roll. Is that my brother Alonzo Wright, Bey?
Islam, G.
What's up, brother? You know, oh man, come on. Oh man, you know, it's always good to hear my big bro voice, man. It's an honor for you always to be here. It's an honor to be in your presence. It's an honor to be in Moso, my Empress, Brian, Malik, who else ain't here? Barclay, Dantes, Drayshawn, everybody in their family. I just want to send out positive vibrations because today we're just going to have a conversation, man, and just see where we at with things to see how we can build instead of destroying. So with that being said, can we get our Moorish American prayer?
Islam. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Who was Holy Prophet Noah Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayah after Ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace. But you know, y'all, I think I'm a comedian as well, you know. But I tell us a lot of times, a lot of misnomer black people, we so religious that we forget other aspects of our life that make us complete. When I be saying we are out Muhammad, Muhammad. We are out Buddha, Buddha. We are out Jesus, Jesus per se. You know, but what about the history and what about the finances and what about the education? Like we have to be diverse. We have to be complete. Because high religious, you can still be poor. Your community can still be in economic shambles. We still don't know the value of a dollar. A lot of adults don't teach that to the kids. And this, what we teach here at the BBT, through our spirituality. This is an education. This is a spirituality, our divine creed and our nationality. Y'all still with me? Because we always talk, you know, Bible things, but do we talk about science and history and finances and bringing all that to a full circle? When I talk about, a lot of us say we don't have the information because we're not introduced to the information, and a lot of our churches are not equipped to do it because what's happening is on Sunday you just getting something on Sunday. Think about the body of Christ. When I talk about equipping the children, about finances, teaching them about history, teaching them about eating right. Those are the things that have to be taught. Infrastructure. And so the public school does what it's supposed to do, give you those general things. But what about us as elders? When I say, are we equipping our children? And that's what we provide here. And that's what Moorish Science and the Moorish Science Temple was providing. It wasn't an Islamic sect. What you be seeing these brothers doing today. Why? Because we have a divine creed and a proclamation. It tells you clearly that we're not. It tells you clearly that we're not some political group. We're not here to overthrow no government. Am I right?
Islam.
So I want to be clear on these things as we set in the precedent, as we speak, and as we teach the world. So, as Malik usually say, the reason why we don't know because we don't have the information. I want to give a historical biblical conversation today. Have anybody ever seen this book? Any of the general public? And when you look and when you research how much this book is, can somebody tell me how much this book is? Because we're gonna do a little education, spiritual education today. Peace, my brother Malik Reed L. Love you, brother. We're gonna do a little teaching today with our biblical context. When somebody tell me how much this book is, then we continue. Yeah, we ain't in no rush. I got a lot to talk about today. Good stuff.
Currently, the book is priced at $1,448.97. If everyone didn't hear me correctly, the book is priced at $1,448.97.
Now, how many people you know have this? And what's in this piece of paper that costs $1,400? What's in these pieces of paper? Now, listen to my brothers and sisters. Pieces of paper that cost $1,400, because this is just one of the plethora of books that we provide here at the BBT. We print and bind, and we have them as ebooks. It's the paper, it's the wisdom. This is what we try to tell our brothers and sisters. We're not introduced, but a lot of us, brothers and sisters, just not equipped with the wisdom. And when you go through academia, you will still be unequipped on an academic scholarship level. See, this is what I'm saying. Why? Because I've been there. When I talk about peer review, scholarly research, when I talk about a whole part of history that a young man or a young woman, if they go to the university, they would never get, unless they have a good tutor like myself or another, the kids won't get this because it's not part of the reading list. So when you, and I'm not going to stay too far in this because I just wanted you to see that. And now I want to hold something else up. My noble touched on this when he was reading the other day. Y'all see this? My noble Alonzo did. And it stuck out in my head because I just started busting out laughing when Alonzo held it up. I didn't want to, laugh, during his dissertation and his beautiful build, but noble Alonzo knew why I was laughing. I bet he know that. And I bet he know anybody that's on any level of research, the antennas or the illumination should have lit up. But that's when I say you can't blame no one outside of yourself for certain things that you don't know. Because I tell people it is a certain level that know. And the wisdom should be there to bring you up. Watch this. Y'all remember the first prophecies of Mami Wata, the theft of African prophecy, by the Catholic Church. It shows everything we're talking about in here. It shows the Moors' heads and etc. And then it's a book my noble Malik have. I don't know what that little. It's a big blue book. I don't know if my empress can find it. It's called Bible. It's called Bible Histories. And in that book, it's a page. It got the god Artemis, but it's whitewashed, no disrespect. How, and Maccabee said, how the European and Gentile tried to whitewash themselves in the history books. You know what I'm talking about. And it shows how they took the god Artemis and whitewashed it. And then when you start reading in here, your antennas start lifting up and be like, wait a minute. If you know language, you will see where Paul was going on the road to what he was going to do. We talk about colonize. I'm trying to tell you, and if you start seeing the biblical context of what's been taken out, you will see. The Catholic Church have this stuff. Yeah, here, take a good look, everybody. Can y'all see? Hey, mama. How you doing, ma? Islam. See, we give an education today, Islam. It was like, man, give an education. I said, I will. I said, man, because we are out.
Education.
We get so caught up in religion. And I say, but we use the same books, my brothers and sisters. Like, we have to come to some type of medium, my brothers and sisters, that say something is definitely wrong with our psychosis or our mental if we're going to continue to be arguing over things that's arbitrary. In the biblical scriptures, it says, 1 Thessalonians 5:21, prove all things and hold fast to what is good. My whole thing is, why are we afraid of our culture? We have no problem, because if we have the right to do things, and you see in this book that costs criminalizing a race, free blacks during slavery, you should want to know what's in this. That costs $1,400. You should want to know. And then when I talk about the Russian icons, it still ain't, light bulbs still haven't went up to none of my people, brothers and sisters, to say, wait a minute, Russian icons, I lecture this in academia. This is the stuff that's in the Catholic Church. It's a book called The Russian Icons by Vladimir Ivanov. So people still haven't catch what I'm saying. Like, this is like checkmate. What? If people listen, who are the Russian icons? Who do you think are the Russian icons? You never thought for a second and never looked at it and fact check what I'm saying and then say, wait a minute, Russian icon, biblical characters, the 12 sons of Joseph. Like, wait, huh? You start seeing things. When I talk about the ancient and modern Britons, I'm giving you scholarship and biblical context. The Ancient and Modern Britons by David McRitchie. Research what I'm telling you. David McRitchie, the Ancient and Modern Britons. You know who the Ancient and Modern Britons are? It's a book by Adar. I think his name, I got it over there, Stephen Adar. And he telling you how the Book of Mormon is all plagiarized from the view of the Hebrews. I'm giving you a biblical education. This is no disrespect. A lot of brothers just are not learned. Like, man, the Septuagint, all these things, I can show you who wrote those things to clear up any biblical fallacy from anyone coming trying to rewrite history or write you out of history. But it can't happen. It just can't happen, family. And that's what I'm here to do. What? To resurrect the teachings. No, not to disrespect no one, but to resurrect the teaching and say, wait a minute, my brothers and sisters, history don't agree with that. Then I jump right into the One World Tartarians. What you talking about? It's a book called The One World Tartarians. I have a full library. I did this in academia. It didn't happen like that. Whatever you thought, whatever you went to college and all that, it can be debunked. How? In 1.2 seconds. And it will be no rebuttal. Because I'm speaking from peer-reviewed scholarly research is what I'm telling you. I'm not saying the things is wrong. I'm saying the way the story is told and what you have is totally off. This is what I'm saying. And I'm here to stand on that with all my brothers and sisters, my Islamic brothers and sisters today out of the sound of my voice saying that they got us twisted. They got the melanated, misnomer black, Negro, black, color, African American that's call himself a Hebrew Israelite, a Moorish American, or whatever it is, set tripping. Like we not brothers. It's one nationality, many cultures. How can you have a different story, brothers and sisters? Explain this to me. How can you have a different story with the same book? With the same forefathers? How?
I'm just as speechless as you.
I want us to get to a place where brothers and sisters, out of the sound of my voice, man, what the Holy Spirit has revealed to me and to you is somebody has to stand for something, man. Somebody have to be like, wait a minute, man. Okay, so what you talking about? Because we're not dissing the scriptures. We can't. I can't be who I am if I'm going to diss the biblical scriptures. I can't, because you know and I know it's already been proven that the misnomer black man is the father of civilization, proved by the Bible alone. That's already been done. I've done that in academia. We're not discrediting that. What we're saying is it's time to make a stand. That's what I'm saying. It's time to make a stand. What? Everybody saying, well, we can do this or you can have this. Okay, we can. If the people come together and understanding this, everybody say what the prophet said, no disrespect. He's going to leave the European here long enough to show you how to build a nation. Well, to me, that's cliche. Why? Because I've been showing you how to build a nation. How? Under your religious organization. How? Very simple. Watch this. 2,500 people gave $150 a month. That's what? 4.5 million in a year. You have 600 of your family members giving $400 a month. They all making $40,000 a year. That's 10%. That's down near 2.9 million at the end of the year. That's how. Done deal. And you can have anything. It's tax exempt. We have infrastructure. Damn, is that easy, Sheik? Yeah, it's that easy. It's that simple. I just gave you numbers. Fact check me. I'm a numbers head. So when we're talking about giving, that's when we ride past all these European in Arizona, these Jewish churches, and they got their daycares and they centers and they gyms. They ain't just begging the government. They just don't beg. They coming together. They donate. We Jews, we don't split our money three ways. I told y'all, when I deal with, no disrespect, Europeans and different nationalities, on paper, we polish. And I know the work that we up against. It's no disrespect. I love my people, but I know the work we up against. Man, they studied us to a T. They see that we consumers. Back in the day, they did a whole study on how misnomer black people would just spend their money. How? On things. And then talk about coming together. And I say, well, we taxes in for the federal government, religious and charitable, contribution-wise. How? Hold me accountable. We don't have to talk about no other brother that done raised some money and said he was going to open up a school. We don't have to talk about him. We got the opportunity to do that and hold me accountable. And I ain't saying open up no school. I'm saying we have a temple. So when our kids get out of school, you bring them there. In the summertime, when the kids out of school, they come there. We have infrastructure. We teach. We have classes. We teach infrastructure. Not just in there talk about we having Sunday school and all that. No. We have an infrastructure. We have a skill center. We have too many teachers and too many educators and too much property we can buy in my city of Flint. This is how I'm saying it. This is how the Jews do it. I'm telling you, I got a blueprint, and my dad was a professional. My mom was a professional. We own things in the city as entrepreneurs. I'm telling you, we can do what? Everything if we come together and use our pennies. Listen, I tell every misnomer black people, and I have to say that because it's a lot of people that think they're black. A lot of people don't even share the videos. I said, man, share this with your family and friends and see the impact that we can make. The share the impact that we can make, and we can do the same thing or even magnanimous how anybody else saying. How? The same way? The same way with our tax dollars. Call mama, tell her to mute herself. The same way with our tax dollars. And this is when people say, and we let people talk about things, the wrong people that and nobles can interject and you know, because I want nobles to have a conversation with me, but we listen to the wrong people that say something is wrong with money, and I say, who told you something's wrong with money? Ecclesiastes, what's that? Chapter 10, verse 19. Wine is made for laughter, but money trumps all. Who told you something wrong with money? Who? You know? And this is what I tell my brothers and sisters. We should be able to talk about finances because it takes finances to build infrastructure. How you think Noble Drew Ali had all the more science temples? You think they just got it with their good looks? You think they just build? How Noble Brian? What you saying?
No, I was just ironically saying Islam.
And this is what people be saying to me like, Sheik, you should have this. And I say, yes, we should have. Not me. We should have. We should have this. No, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a part of this. We should have. And how can we have it? I got the blueprint. We tap this in for the federal government, religious and charitable, scientific, education. We don't have to just keep giving our money away. This is the blueprint. When people, I'm talking about, it's so many, like in my city of Flint, we don't have to build nothing. It's so many abandoned churches. It's so many cities that y'all live in the urban communities. Man, we can come in the city and raise enough money and buy something where it's enough of us at and bring people. That's what we talk about, the Great Migration. That's what a great migration is. Not going to know Africa. I ain't no African. I'm an American. You know, I get that. We ain't gonna have that long conversation. But I ain't got to go nowhere to have nothing. I'm right here, the land of the free. You can choose to be whoever you want. But this is what I'm saying. It's enough of us we can raise enough money that's tax exempt from the federal government, just like any church, and build our own infrastructure and hold the body accountable and see what we can do. This is what I'm saying.
Islam.
Like this is exactly what I'm saying. Like it take all of us. Imagine everybody live, yeah, but then we got our infrastructure. Say this is what we done. Who? Us. This is what we did. We all stakeholders in this. I'm telling you, the Great Migration is where a group of people can be and do some things in a city and be able to inject in a community and raise it up, especially if it's somebody neighborhood that they grew up in. Say if we had a temple in your area, like I'm saying, in my city of Flint, where it's so many churches available. We could turn the whole thing to the BBT. How? Whose would it be? Ours. The scripture says the people build the temple. This is what I'm talking about. Ours. We can. This is the time, y'all. Like what else we doing with our finances? We wait for a tax return. A lot of people right now waiting for a tax return. You know, a lot of people right now, they done use a whole bunch of their kids' friends. I mean, I said kids' friends. I mean, they friend kids on their tax return. They get a tax return. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And y'all know it. And see, it's comedy and it's funny. I mean, and it's truth. That's why I said I'm a comedian. And y'all know it's the truth. Man, misnomer black people have no idea what the damn tax return based on. Black people don't know taxes ain't good for no regular worker. It's good for entrepreneurs and business people. We can have that conversation all day. How much Uncle Sam took out your check out the whole year? You couldn't even tell me. You couldn't even tell me right now, just right now, be like, okay, at the end of the year, I want to do my taxes. How much Uncle Sam took out your check the whole year? Nobody can tell you right off the top, can they? Anybody on here? Huh?
Top. No, not right off the top.
I know. I know that. I asked everybody, I said, so how much Uncle Sam take out your check? What you mean? I said, what you mean what I mean? You say you about that dollar? You say I do, I do in numbers. Okay, so how much out your check at the end of the year, or forget it, that's too hard for some people. How much in 3 months, then in the next 3 months, which is 6 months, so say the 3 months and then 6 months has Uncle Sam took out your check for taxes? You couldn't even tell me, right? No disrespect to no one, but this is what I teach. This is how I teach things. Like when I used to be on campus, they're like, well, how you do this? Because I graduated with a lot of European Jews. I graduated African people that was going back to Ethiopia and do what I'm doing, but back home. And it was like, okay, say this again, because a lot of them came over here and got their education and went back to the crib. A lot of them were saying, like, my professors and things, they were like, so you getting all this and go back to your city of Flint, Michigan and take over, and do what need to be done. I said, man, if it's Allah's will, but I'm still here planting the seed. That's what I want to do. But make a long story short, as I'm showing us and I'm giving people this vision and the wisdom, what things can be done, I say, okay, if you don't know how much Uncle Sam is taking out your check, brothers and sisters, watch the science, because they don't teach this to basketball players. They don't teach this to our young babies. And a lot of adults have not learned this. Fact check me if I'm wrong. How do you think a lot of other organizations like the European Jewish churches, like the Catholic churches, how do you think they operate? Do you think they operate just off grants, or do you think they operate off a lot of donations? And a lot of organizations giving them donations, and they get taxes and receipt to claim on their taxes because they don't want to give Uncle Sam money, and they want to support their religious and charitable contribution of their choice. Y'all understand what I just said?
Yes, sir.
This is what I want to talk about today. And not only that, so now, this is how I'm saying we can build our own infrastructure. These are blueprints. And so anybody, so say I use my city of Arizona, or state of Arizona. In the state of Arizona, say if you make like 70,000, you might have to donate 13% of your income to your religious or charitable contribution of your choice. But see, if you're doing work in your community and in your church, you give 10% and you get in-kind service, where it'll balance out. In-kind service is you don't have to get paid. It's like accounts receivable. You can say, hey man, for this amount of work, this is what it's worth. So you can get like a taxes, like a accounts receivable receipt, or you can get paid for your time, but this is what it's worth. So you get in-kind service. This is how things are set up for you can build infrastructure. And this is what I'm telling people. We want to have a blueprint to do things the right way. It's nothing new under the sun. I teach things that work. I teach things that's lawful. Like what? Things that work. I don't teach no scheme. I don't have no scheme. I teach strategy. I went to college for this. I have a business degree in this, and nonprofit business startup with a minor in marketing and sales and all that, and business management. Like I have a blueprint. And then I went to, and got the advanced education. I'm saying we can do some things. How? Just like everybody else doing. Just like everybody else doing. How? Just like every organization doing. But they have to start somewhere. You have to build up. You have to get the right pieces together to get grants and things. Is it grants and things out there? Yeah. But you got to crawl before you walk. You don't want to put one foot above the other. Things can be done. But it's the people that can do things. And this is what I'm saying. I know we can do things. Why? Because we wasted a lot already dealing with those that, before. We wasted a lot. And when I talk about the dynamics, that's why I said why we can't have conversations. We should be able to have conversations as family to get things done. Do you know the complexity of having a school running it 5 days a week? Who are you going to be? The teachers, the principals, the food, it's so much variables to go to that. I don't want to take our babies from nothing. I want to give them something to what they have while they dealing with the different nationalities, because the world is diverse. The world is just not looking like you. We want our babies to be able to deal with all backgrounds, all nationality, no matter the sexual preference. How? Because that's how we teaching them. That's how we teaching them and raising them. Why? Because they're in this world. In this world, you're going to see things and birds and animals that don't look like you, but they're all from the Creator. That's what we teach them from within. We teach who they are. We teach about finance, we teach about economics, and that's what I'm here to talk about today, because we can talk about so much God and Jesus and Yahweh and all this, and then at the end of the day, what? I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face. I mean, do y'all know how many lectures I did on the university before I started doing this? And I say, brothers, we can do something. If Noble Drew Ali had the Moorish Science Temples back in the day, and like I tell people, in my city of Flint, they not even open. It's no disrespect to what Noble Drew Ali did. Like my dad always used to say, when I had my metaphysical school out here, my building, and I let Moors come in, my dad spidey senses went straight through the goddamn roof. Excuse my candor. And I'm just being honest. Like, what you mean we can't be honest? Man, we can be honest. We can tell the truth, because a lot of the stuff is fallacy. We have to, and that's just my message, man. We have to try to do something. Like, what's the mission, man? Because the mission is having something. The mission is getting out of first brick and mortar. That should be the main mission, to leave a stamp on this earth plane, and we can do it, y'all. I'm telling you, that's all I have, y'all, and we should have the confidence, because everybody should trust what we're doing. Our whole family should trust what we're doing. Just like when I tell people, a lot of churches and things, they bank on people giving 10% and donations. Just imagine, and like I said, just imagine if we had, and just a small number, people that work and make $40,000 and say, yeah, you know what, brother, I don't want to give all my money to Uncle Sam. I don't need that. I want to support you. I'm going to give you $400 a month, and you got 600 people giving you $400 a month. Don't you know, at the end of the year, that's $2.899 million? Might be a couple numbers off. And this is what I'm saying. I know those are small numbers, but I'm saying, look, it's the strength in numbers. When I tell people, look at the big picture. When family members will be like, you know what, I do want to support that. Just give me a tax-exempt receipt. I'm just showing you how simple what I'm talking about is. When family members and friends don't have any tax deductions, and so if you're making $40,000 a year, you owe Uncle Sam. That's why you should want to give 10% of willingly to your religious and charitable contribution of your choice, especially if you're part of something. Why? Duh, because that's how you're going to build the infrastructure. Think about it, and you get a tax-exempt receipt. That's how you're going to do it. You want to give willingly. I would want to give, and then the more I'm making, it's going to go up. Why? Based off that, I want to do that. Why? Because I want to just give it to Uncle Sam.
Yes, sir.
And you don't have to. This is what I'm talking. This is what I'm saying. When you organize, ask anybody what I'm saying. Ask your tax preparer. And what I'm saying, when I talk to different nationalities, they say, well, brother, we understand. We've been doing this for eons. I laugh because y'all know they be like, well, we've been doing this for eons, brother. They be like, I don't understand what you're saying. They're like, we get it, like, duh. They're like, none of this is under the faith-based organization, None of it. It's funds that they raise, and then they get grants, but nothing that they have to be obligated to teach some different than what they want to teach. You follow me? This is what I want to have conversations with when I sit down and I talk economics, and I say, listen, man, we can choose to do whatever we want to, family, with our finances. This is why I love to have these conversations and sit down and see what anybody, what they want to say or how do they feel, because it's just simple deciphering something from here to there, you know. But like, wait a minute, I could do this. Yeah, the law says you have to write, you know. And that's how most bodies start off. Just like when I be saying, if say who on here, brothers, because you know, okay, I use my brother Dante as a good reference. Dante is Dante is a big time football player, right? Dante just got signed $100 million a contract, 10 years. He making $10 million a year. Dante don't got no tax deductions, right? He got him a slick talking a money manager, which you shouldn't have nobody managing your money. You should be paying your taxes, doing your own thing, you know, because I say if you got anybody like that, you need to be auditing them at all times, and you're going to see they stealing. Off top, it's very easy to steal from somebody that's not looking at their money. I know this for a fact. I've done research papers on it. But make a long story short, you don't have no tax deductions. Say if you know, say Dantes know Alonzo, and they grew up in the community, and he like what Noble Alonzo doing. He can say, okay, Noble Alonzo, I live in California. The state of California said I can give 60% of my earned income before taxes to my religious and charitable contribution of my choice. So say if he just owe a tax bill of $1 million a year, he can donate $600,000 each year. But not only him, all the boys. And then he can give, and then his charitable contribution can be even more. Especially if he's working, then watch this, how he can do the in-kind service when the basketball days in the summer over. I mean, in the league over. Now he's doing philanthropy for the organization. Now he's the face of this. Now he's doing camp for the kids. Now you have infrastructure. Now when your day's over, we have infrastructure. I'm telling you how. The money you making is all going back. I'm telling you, I hope y'all catching what I'm saying. What? It's all going back.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me, Brian? All of it. What? Are the cars, the houses, the cars? Wow. All you gonna have is some cheap clothes. It's all going back. Why? Because we didn't do what the prophet said. He said, I'm gonna leave the European here long enough to show you how to build. What? I just showed you religiously. What the Sopranos do? They had everything under what? The Catholic Church. I keep telling y'all. We got to understand the religious law we under. When I talk about the parsonage, when I talk about doing business the right way, when I talk about building infrastructure. Just seeing the Muslims built a temple not too far from my house, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I was jogging the other day. I stopped. They said, "Oh yeah, man." He was like, we put the money together. They're a community. They got it built." I said, "Damn." I said, "How long it take y'all to make the money?" They said about 2.5 years. You know, I said, "Damn." Excuse my candor. They said, "Yeah, yep." They getting the bill right now, not too far from me. I'm like, man, we hugged, we talked for a minute. He was like, brother, he was like, I just felt your spirit. I'm like, I felt yours. I just wanted to know. But that's what I'm saying, the power of what? The people. And the dollars that we have, we don't have to do nothing extra, y'all. We just have to be resourceful, like the prophet said, with our funds, with the funds that we have. Y'all know the prophet had to collect funds to open up more Science Temples of America. Y'all know this.
Islam.
It's nothing.
He made it with just dreams,
You say what, Noble?
Says it ain't like he built them with just dreams,
Right. Even though it was big dreams. that was a big part of it. But I'm not afraid to talk about, the finance aspect, because we all been playing a huge part of that. We just wanted to spread, and that's, because I'm getting so much, we should have this, and I say we can. I show people what's available right now in my city of Flint. We can have something. We can have infrastructure. Brother can be flying to the city of Flint. We can change the whole dynamics. We can own something. It don't take nothing but one calendar year. If people really understand, and a lot of times is understanding our finances, and that's what's not taught a lot in school on purpose. How? Because they don't teach us about that. Because this is how we think. We thinking, okay, I'm getting something at the end of the year. It's like you're not getting nothing back. You're getting the small potatoes what we've been took. So imagine if you did it on your own. Say if you file exempt all year and you get your tax exempt receipt because you given the right percentage, then look at the work that can be done. Because it's not about getting a tax return. You got to understand, if you understand business, You know what I mean? The tax return is not good for just an average worker. It's for entrepreneurs and business people. Why you think people that got a whole bunch of money, man, they always want to have a tax write-off? You know? They got the money. And okay, I'll give you a prime analogy. All these misnomer black people get caught up for tax evasion. And they say they so spiritual. Right, Noble Brian? Watch this. White Brian, that you say, oh, and the Lord this. You might see them in front of church with their Gucci and Louis on, right? Why you think they, now watch this. If they part of a church, why they owed Uncle Sam taxes? Why? Why would it be?
Because they probably don't know that their contributions are tax exempt religiously. You know what I'm saying? They probably not getting no tax exempt receipt or something.
Or that can be one. Or you really ain't a part of nothing. You just be faking the funk, you know? And then a lot of people go to jail for tax evasion. And they be like, oh, the person that was supposed to be doing my taxes didn't say nothing. But that ain't on them. That's on you. And so if we spiritual in things, then we can build our own infrastructure. And you can get a taxes in receipt. And you can look back and say, man, look what we done. Look what we done. Because nobody's going to give us no money to teach us nothing. Them days over, y'all. This is what I'm telling you. Nobody going to do it. We can do it. How? With the money that we giving away to Uncle Sam, we can do that, y'all. And everybody can get a taxes and receipt. You know, we could talk about this and we can have infrastructure. We can have something. Be like, boom, this will
basically have something for the future.
Yeah.
Something after we leave this earth plane.
We can have something. Like, man, it's so like the urban cities where I'm from, Flint, man, it's so many people left. But just because they left, it's opportunity. It's almost like war. When war happened, you know it's going to be beautiful. Why? Because people around, the same people around, but when things happen like that, property value goes down. What? For things that's worth something. So the body come together and do some things. Now the body has something. What? Infrastructure. We can change the game. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Think about what I'm saying, family. It don't cost us nothing extra. I'm saying, what you mean, shit? It don't cost you nothing extra in life. No, it don't cost you nothing extra. It just costs you. That's a simple thing about it. If you like what brother's doing, you say, man, we can have something. Bam. All they got to do is bam. Nobody have to do no more, no less. The person say, man, I'm gonna do 10%. You know, yep. I'm in a financial situation where I can, because I'm not saying telling nobody what to do on here. I'm not. I'm just saying that's how other places and other organizations is making it. But I'm saying, just imagine if people were in a financial situation and say, you know what, I can give 10% of my income. You know, like, yes, I can. And then if I'm doing work for the temple, like everyone doing, that's in-kind service. It's like, I do see the vision. It's like, yeah, you know, I can, but I'm not saying everybody there yet. But when people there, that's what can happen. Why? Because we know that, and we know numbers don't lie. We know that. We know numbers don't lie. We know if you save $100 a month for 12 months, that's $1,200. We know that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we know that. We know that. We know if 600 people donate $400 a month, that's what, 2.899 mil a year. We know that. We know if 2,500 people give $150 a month, that's 4.5 million a year. We know that. Why? Because numbers don't lie. They can't. They can't.
Come on. Mathematics.
And so, and this is what I'm saying. We can do something, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And the Bible said, man, we build the temple. We build the tabernacle. That's why I say everything involved with what we got going on is us. We just need our people to catch on and just see what we doing. Be like, listen, man, we can do this. We can have a brick and mortar. We can have 2 or 3. Hell, you feel me, Brian? We can have 2 or 3. We seen how people with their pockets, and I'm saying we're not stingy when it comes down to believing in something or supporting something. Why, Nobles? Because we seen it done. We just seen it done with an individual saying he was gonna make a school. I don't want to say his name, but I think y'all catching me, right?
Yeah, and he got a substantial amount of donations. You know what I'm saying? For nothing, for less than what we are doing.
And that's why when people be seeing it, they be like, man, I don't got nothing to say about them brothers. Because I done heard it. When everywhere I go, they be like, yeah, man, we saw you. Like, man, y'all polished. And they be like, man, you went to university. And I was like, why? That's like, because what y'all doing is polished. I said, all my brothers, we this is what we do. You know? And I said, that other aspect is just what we missing. We have a lot to give to the people, to the babies. We have a whole library, y'all. I mean, just imagine what we have. I mean, we got real companies, herb companies. We got personal trainers. We got web designers. People know how to make clothes. We provide our clothes, turbans and tunics. You know, we educated people here. And I'm like, it's time, y'all. Like I'm saying, we don't have to be begging. We don't have to be talking about nobody. I said, let's change our energy and our vibration to something positive, and let's see what the BBT do. And let's stop hating on people doing things like, oh, well, he asking for money. I'm not asking nobody for money. I'm saying what we can do with money when the heart is pure. And if we say we are part of something, just like how the prophet did. That's all I'm saying.
Islam.
You know? This is what I ask everybody to just take a look at what's going on and what we're giving out from not understanding our finances in life. And even with, and watch this, Nobles, because these are conversations I love to have in academia. They was like, man, you broke down all type of different trusts. And like it was 16, I think it might be 18 different type of trusts. I broke that down in college. And all the students were writing it down. Was like, wait a minute, because I wanted to take this home to my mom. And a lot of them have those things. So they don't have to go to probate court. And it be falling on deaf ears to people. And then when things happen, it go out of whack. Because you know, when things happen, family get gold dose. Y'all know that, you know how I go when they go crazy when they see opportunity for a couple nickels. Y'all understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
It's no disrespect. I got so many cases when people say this ain't gonna happen. I say you a lie. I say, how many brothers you got? Oh, I got these many brothers and sisters. I say, shit, cousins, yep, it's gonna happen. A will, you need to have a trust. And then we talk about what type of trust. I break this one out. And this one I be saying, the education that we don't have and it's not taught, and we just brush it over the rug. And a lot of times we lose everything. Why? Because things are not protected. All this stuff I learned in academia, I didn't learn this on no street, listen to no nigger on no corner. And this what I be telling my people. I say, man, I have an expertise. I'm just not out here like I'm some, I'm so know-it-all, doop-de-doop. You should want me. Because the European, the Alvin, the Trevor, I be like, man, this man is telling you the freaking truth. They be like, he must have went to some business school or they be like, yeah. Why don't we celebrate that stuff? Why don't we celebrate it? Everywhere I go, man, you know, gather to compile how many books? 20. 20? Yeah. Bullshit. Like, yeah. When I'm on college campus, when I told you they try to buy the books, I'm gathering, I said, man, this is for us to bring our brother home and do something. This is what I'm telling my brothers and sisters. The work that the Creator has allowed me to do, it needs to be spread. It needs to be spread. It don't need to be on no little corner. I don't need to be on no Isle of Patmos. That's why everybody be like, man, you should be back home. The only way I can be home if we doing this. That's the only way I can stand it to be there. Unless I'm there just with my mom and my dad and them. And that's cool too. But I'm saying we can do this, y'all. Come on, man. We can do something. Think about what I'm saying, man. This ain't about, and I have to, you know, I said I'm a comedian too. So I don't care how nobody feel. I got about 10 minutes left. I ain't in here telling nobody to lock the doors. Y'all don't see me in no Gucci, in no Louis. Y'all don't see me with no Rolex. Y'all don't see me running across no money, talking about, oh, look at all this money. Oh, look, y'all don't see me doing no stupid stuff like that. I'm just saying. And we celebrate stupid stuff. Like, y'all got to, why? And then we make excuses. Well, we let people change our whole way of giving praises. We let jacklegs come in and say, we ain't gonna do this no more. Why? Because I feel like it. Or the Bible says this. Wait, well, if that's the case, you need to be doing everything biblical. And the last time I seen any of the followers of Yahshua wearing a suit in the Bible, I ain't see it. The followers of Yahshua and the high priest wore a turban with a jewel on it like mine, wore a tunic, cotton or silk. Hello. Come on, man. This what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. This is the opportunity to do something. I can talk so much, even like me and my dad and my mom, when I talk about, what's going on in the world with presidency and all this, and people don't see it. People complaining, but people don't see it. Oh, Donald Trump is getting ready. He get ready to stop Black History in school. So freaking what? Who the hell cares? So what? What's Black history? Tell me. What, slave history? Kunta Kinte? Tell me. People be butthurt when I say that. I say, what y'all got? We got church. How many professors in there y'all got? A whole bunch of teachers. Well, there you go. There you go, right there. There your school. Y'all they ain't teaching nothing in there. They ain't in the kumbaya, blah, blah, blah. All the big women in there praise dancing.
They can't play roots no more.
Huh?
I said they can't play roots no more.
Dantes, we don't be want to have these real conversations, man. We so talented though, Dantes. This is what I'm saying. Like, we so talented, man. And this is what I'm saying. We got all the resources. This is what I'm saying. We don't have to sell out. We don't have to let nobody put us on. We put us on. Like when James Brown came on Soul Train, he was asking Don Cornelius, who paid for this? Because James Brown always started European, no disrespect. White men have to put brothers on. Don Cornelius like, nah, man, my family, with this us. You feel me? Like, this us. And he said it with his chest. You heard me?
It was wild.
The power of the people. The power of the dollar. How we support a political thing. Look how much money black folk raise for a political campaign. Not knowing nothing. Then you ask them, no disrespect. Cause I don't play that game with, oh, what about this? I ain't saying, but what's the agenda? A person can't even tell me the agenda. They say, well, this is what black people do. Well, I ain't black. How about that? I just told you. This ain't what black people do. What's the agenda? If we have an agenda for what's right, then what's the agenda? And it's not one. We can do some things. The religious laws, man. Come on, family. What do the religious laws say? The religious law says what we have the right to do. The Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. We have a right of a nationality and a right to change it. And a claim a child replaces the birth certificate. And no one will be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and the right to change it. Come on, family. We got to know this. The House Joint Resolution 75, where it talks about you have the right to annex your L and Bay or day to your name, not change your name. What? I said annex to your name. The name your mama gave you, your family crest, your coat of arms. I'm telling y'all, man, these is facts. We can do something, y'all. The religious laws protect us. This would not be telling people, why don't y'all want to be Americans? Tell me why these Moors walk around. No, I ain't call them Moors. I just say these guys with the fez on, these black guys with fez on, and these black guys with turbans on, talking about they ain't American. Walk around here in America. Well, you got to tell me what you are. And you saying you a foreign national, that's an oxymoron. You a Moroccan? Who told you a Moroccan? How you a Moroccan driving down 2100 Jackson Street? You a Moroccan. I'm a foreign national. Come on, family. We got to talk about this. Man, I know people be asking my mom stuff and they be like, yeah, they know they son into this and all that. And no, I'm a sheik and know all that. They don't come to me because they know I'm going to whoop that you know what with the truth. Because I know what they doing. Nobody wants to hear it. And that's why it's taking me longer. Because if I was out here a clown, everybody be telling me, sheik, you just got to say something outlandish and be doing something stupid. I'm saying it like Charleston Wright or like Umar Johnson, you would make it. I said, I ain't doing no stupid shit like that. Have my mama looking at me like a fool for some money. My wife in here looking at me like that, like you gonna do this just for a couple dollars? Lying to the people, making the whole, I ain't no caricature. I'm not. I feel we can do it the right way and teach the people. That's what I went to academia for. What? To bring my people, to bring something back to my people, not to separate. When we talk about the talented 10th, and they say, well, the talented 10th, they get their education, go with the white. No, I ain't doing that. I'm a 5%er too. Just like I know other nationalities is 5%ers, meaning they go teach their people and they can be just as successful, how? With your own people and make others come to you. This what I'm saying. Come on, what? Anybody got anything they want to add? If anything I'm saying wrong,
Sir.
I'm telling y'all, man, we got power.
Yep.
We got some power, y'all. We got talent. My mom talented. You know, so many things we've done for other people, man. Like, we really have to sit down and we talk about building infrastructure. We got too much talent. If I'm telling you, if we came together, man, you'd be like, man, it's so much funds there if we come together like family. I don't diss funds. Man, you got the Michigan Grant Watch. You got all these different organizations that have the funds, but we have to be organized. And I'm telling you, and with the money that we have, that we making right now, y'all, because it can be deciphered, how? To something that's real and hold me accountable. Hold the body accountable. The same way we did other things. The same way. Isn't it? And think about this. When somebody is saying that money is for this specific purpose, then that's what it's for. And if you're a religious body, you can give people a tithe and receipt. When you raise the money for a specific purpose, that it has to be done. And that's what I tell people. What we doing? We want to get our first brick and mortar, our temple and school. Not to take our kids away from public school, but to give them something to have after school. I call it 7th hour. You know, that's what I call it. You know, something they can have on the weekends. We build our own so-called Boy Scouts, our junior nobles, our junior empresses, teaching them their culture, teaching their history, how to agriculture, how to deal with finances, teaching them how to be proud of themselves, understanding the biblical scriptures, not saying, oh, this some, no disrespect. Again, I have to say it, no disrespect to no one. Please, when I use these words, because they just words, this is some white man gospel or this. And no, it's not. We have to get out of that. That's an excuse that a lot of brothers and sisters make today to keep you lost in some biblical or some religious dogma trance. Because if you a free man, like my dad always said, we done the history, you can't deny it, then you an ancient Amazigian. So I want us to be clear on that's what we're doing today, man, because I didn't want to get all biblical today, because I've been ministered, and like I said, we can out Muhammad, we can out Yahweh, we can out Jesus, whatever you name you want to call it. But are we going to talk about history and finances and build the infrastructure? Are we going to continue to waste our finances and say, man, somebody should be giving us something, and we talk about we black, and then I'll be like, oh Lord, here we go again. That black stuff, no Negro, black, or color is going to get no reparations, never in history. Anybody telling you that, they lying. And so these things we got to know. What? We're tax exempt for the federal government. Religious, charitable, scientific, educational. We can build something, y'all. And I need the people help. And I'm not afraid to ask for y'all help, man. We can do something the right way. If people want literature, I have a full library, man. You know, if people want any donations, you know, I love to give you literature. You know, I want people to share this, subscribe to our Temple and School YouTube page, man. We do a lot here, and we definitely trying to get our first brick and mortar collectively, you know, so we can have something, so we can teach something the right way, and people can see how we can bring a body of people together, no matter what they look like, because that's one of our aims. We a brotherhood, no matter what your sex, your creed, we a brotherhood, you know, and we teach it the right way, and our doors are open to everyone that want to learn, that want to build something today. And if you're confused about, or maybe not confused, or if you want to learn about what I'll be talking about, taxes and things and how we just willingly give our money away, and other organizations, a lot of the people say, okay, well, I'm just going to decipher that I'm giving willingly and just donate to my religious and charitable contribution of my choice and get a tax exempt receipt. You heard what I said, of my choice. So if you are part of a church right now, I'll say this, I'll give you a little wisdom as we close. If you part of a church right now and you giving your tithes and offering, you should be getting the tax exempt receipt at the end of the year to give to your tax preparer. You know, if not, then you're gonna pay taxes down there double. Why? Because you're gonna owe taxes based off the money that you make. And this is how I'm saying we can do infrastructure, family. So I love y'all, man. Anybody got any questions as we close? If not, thank everybody for their time. If anybody need anything, any information, any books, like I said, we have a full library. All you got to do is hit me up. I can get anything to you. Peace.
Well, great. One thing that I was going to say, Sheik, when you said that paying double, I mean, that's basically how you have to look at it. I mean, because you got a lot of people who are paying tithes and offering to their church, and then they're also having federal taxes taken out of their income checks that they get from their jobs. So you double dipping. You paying money to whoever, the private, private bank over there, federal, whatever, and then you giving, whatever it is, 10% to your church. And really, you can send all of the money to your church. You don't have to send any of it to the federal government. You giving your money, you can send the whole 400. If you send 200 to the church and you notice that they taking $100 every paycheck, so that $200 every paycheck plus the 200 that you give into your church, you can give the whole 400 to your church.
And then,
because that's got to do with your taxes.
And then if you're doing work for the church, like you do, Dantes, because you do plenty work, you a minister, you do whatever need to be done, like we all do, that's in-kind service. You hold many hats at the BBT. So that's in-kind service. And whatever your in-kind service is set for, boom, that's how you good. This is what I be telling people. We can do this lawfully. That's why they say either you're going to do your own thing or you're going to give it to us. Why? Because that's just the law. My dad always said we a nation of laws. We don't have to break laws. That's why I can tell people we do things lawfully. Look how other organizations do it. Look at all the fraternal organizations, the Jewish organizations, even the churches. What he just said. Some are telling the people everything, some not. But we're not saying all churches and all pastors don't tell lay people, but a whole lot don't know. How I know? Because I ask a lot. And I've been, and I know this, and everybody else know it. So imagine the infrastructure that we can do when people understand that and they say, oh, give me a tax exempt receipt if I can claim on my taxes. And you can give donations. Y'all don't be seeing them schools where it say dollar for dollar donation. I jog past them all the time. It's schools that's nonprofit. They say you can give donations dollar for dollar, So imagine the power that we can do with what Noble Dante is saying. It's like, wait a minute, I don't have to do nothing extra. Like, no. Like, look at the numbers Sheik just said. We talk about something once a month. Like I said, just imagine, Dante, all of us brothers, six of us brothers, right? And say all of us brothers got 100 people we know. And they all, just think about it, and they all popping what we talking about. They say, man, yeah, we with it. And they all like, man, we all got $150 a month to support, not 150, but $400 to support what we do in a month. We got 600 brothers. Bro, that's almost $3 million a year, Dantes. Just understanding what we saying. They like, yeah, man. They like, yeah, I work. And all of them say, man, yeah. And say the average brother make 50,000 or 40,000, and they do the number. They like, you right, bro. We should be giving at least $400 to $500 a month, and we working for the church can give us in-kind service to take us over. Yeah, okay, bam. That's simple numbers. So you just gonna give us a tax exempt receipt? Yep, bam. In 1 year, we got down near $3 million, Dantes. In 1 year.
You just remember to send the money to the temple, because the federal money is getting pulled every time you get paid. Mm-hmm. So you have to do your own accounting. You have to route your money, to the temple when you get paid, just like they'll pull the federal money out every time you get paid. Mm-hmm. You know, because you get audited and you need the tax exempt receipt. They need to know how much money you sent over to your charitable organization or whatever the case is.
Or,
So,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Noble. I'm sorry.
well, no, I mean that was just one way to just remember your own accounting if that's your concern with not understanding what's going on with the federal money and why you're tax exempt. You're giving your money to another organization. You don't want it sent, taken. It doesn't have to be taken to the federal, whatever they do with it. You can send that money that they're pulling automatically, whether it's $100 or whatever it is they're pulling every time you get paid. You can send that money instead of to that federal, whatever they're sending it, to the private banking system that money's being sent to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can go over to your charitable organization.
All you got to do, all you got to do is say, man, that's like when you get a job and they say, well, give me a blank check. You say, well, I want this amount of money to go to this account every week. I get paid that little whatever. Bam, it'll go to that account. You say, wow, this is my organization. Or if you file an exempt, you just say if you file an exempt and then you get audited, say why you filing exempt. You just got to have your paperwork right. You say, hey, because I donate to my religious organization, I do my own books. So it's your choice. Your books just has to match the organization books. You can't say I gave, say, $10,000 to the organization, and then the organization, you ain't got no tax exempt receipt from the organization saying that you gave $10,000. You see what I'm saying? This is the beauty of religious and giving to your organization. Because look, Dantes, I tell everybody, you can donate whatever. What? You can walk right in the church on a Wednesday like the Jews do and drop whatever in the offering box. Whatever you want. Somebody come in and drop cash. I mean, I'm just saying how things can be done when we don't think they can be done. Like you saying, Dantes, because we don't have these conversations in our spiritual houses. We just in there, Jesus, 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 Muhammad, 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 or whatever, or whatever. And then bam, we go right back to nothing. We go right back to no ownership. Everybody in here working, everybody got new suits on. So if we understand this dynamics, then we can have something. And it's that simple, Dantes, it's nothing extra. And that's what I tell people, look, you don't have to do nothing extra. The extra is good, but we don't have to do nothing extra. Islam? Anybody got anything else?
They collecting the money, they're just not telling them about the tax exempt status, the tax exempt receipt at the end of the year, and how it benefits them, how it's building the temple. When they collected the 10%, they collected the tithes and offerings, they're just not teaching the whole thing.
Yeah.
Church is giving the money. It's just the members aren't taking, or they don't understand the science behind why they're giving the money, whatever the case is, and they're not being included in whatever benefits it is as it relates to the taxes.
Because just look,
What they're actually doing with it.
see, Dantes, now, and I know we don't reach our hour, but when you part of an organization like ours and the church that's taxes in for the federal government, it's the body. The people take advantage of all that. The people be able to take advantage of the tax exempt status. So when we collective and we all got our organization registered at the grocery stores and things, and we don't pay no taxes and all that, those are all benefits and perks. We talk about parsonage and all that. All the brothers, the body take advantage of that. But Islam, man, Islam. But we went for our hour, man. I hope people just got a little small understanding if y'all want to learn more. I hear some in the background, but if y'all want to learn more about what we doing, man, we definitely trying to build our brick and mortar at the BBT, man. And we need everybody assistance, man, just to see what we can do, man. And we give gratitude to everybody that's tuning in. We give gratitude for anybody that got any questions. And come and join us. Islam. Amen and peace.
Islam, gratitude, sheep.
Gratitude, sheep.
Gratitude, man, for y'all, brothers. Gratitude.
So without further ado, I guess we'll just get into our Moorish American prayer. Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Our protector, our guide, and our salvation, by night and by day. It was Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayash Ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
I tell you, gratitude and love for the spirit and the presence of God to bring forth the wisdom and understanding by the illustrious Sheikh Ari and the Holy BBT Temple, for all those that were under the sound of his voice, the vibration of his heart. Know that he speaks love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love on thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battles of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the locks of the gate of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature, weakness, instability, and inconstancy, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Al-Rahman, Al-Rahim, Al-Haq, Ya Muhammad. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's Arabic and it stands for the truth. And when we say Ya Muhammad, that's Arabic as well and it stands for the protector. We see ourselves at the BBT as truth protectors, and we cast our net out for all truth and divine light to come and join on to us. For the truth has no silence. For the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace
Peace.
and love.
Peace. Peace, 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 peace. I love all y'all, man. I love all y'all. Yes, sir.
Love y'all too.
Peace and love.
Once again, the broadcast is brought to you by books.com. That's books with a Z. We're reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs at herbsofmyaunt.com. My Aunt's son, Tia T's, Divine and Prepared. And for all of those musical stylists by Brian Hicks Bay, check out bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morrisachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart beating, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of nigga me. Have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I must see, but I'm trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can act the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Looking like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Hey.
Peace and love. Peace and
Love y'all, man. Peace and love, man. Y'all have an amazing day, man. Tell y'all family, man, I love them, man. Peace, man.
Love, Chief.
Peace and love,
Love you.
family. Love y'all.
Peace.